Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star. The message I heard is excellent shoes. The scripture comes from Song of Songs 6 and 11. I came down to the nut garden to look at the fresh growth of the valley, to see if the vines were in bloom, if the pomegranates had blossomed. Before I knew it, my heart had made me the blessed one of my kinswomen. So here's the message for somebody. Someone has been trying to make your shoes out to be different than what they are. This is for someone. You have always been destined for marriage. You have always been destined for a beautiful marriage, a beautiful relationship, a beautiful family. You have always been destined for these things. And there has been someone that has been trying to switch out your shoes with theirs. And quick lesson. In the new age mindset, in the hoodoo mindset, if someone gives you their old shoes, okay, they are putting a spirit up on you. It's like sometimes when when somebody switches out, it's kind of like this thing where you don't wear somebody else's clothes. You don't take old clothes from people they sketchy. You don't take old shoes from people that sketchy, and this is not to say, like how sometimes siblings, when the older sibling grows out of their clothes, they pass it on to the younger sibling. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about somebody that comes to you as if they your friend and they say, oh, look, girl, I got you this. Oh, look, girl, I got this for you. You don't know what they didn't put on them clothes. You don't know what they got going on with them shoes. You don't know what's going on. Somebody has been trying to do this to you. They have been trying to change your shoes. They have been trying to change your path. They have been trying to knock you off of your path. They may, regardless if they have physically been trying to give you some old shoes, or they physically trying to give you some shoes that got some kind of hoodoo on it, or if it's somebody where they are trying to give you clothes with stuff on it, or if they trying to put stuff on your stuff. This is some kind of situation where somebody is trying to change your path, the path that God has you on, the path God has destined you for. For some of you, I hear God saying it could be word of mouth. That means this person is going around gossiping. They're using word curses against you, gossiping and saying that you would never find someone because you're always doing this or you're always doing that. In reality, they are speaking lies. In reality, they don't know what you're doing. In reality, they don't know your business like that. But they are going about it acting as if they know everything. And this is why I've grown to be the kind of person, you know what I'm saying? I already been an introvert as is. And now I really just don't have time. Because sometimes you can have the smallest conversation with somebody. It could be 30 seconds. And they will go about and they act as if they was talking to you for 30 minutes to an hour. And I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. And some people will do it. And they will take that little 30-second conversation and run with it and sit and talk about nonsense for an hour with several people. And God says for someone has been doing this to you. And they have been trying to say that it is not your portion to be a wife. It is not your portion to be a husband. It is not your portion to have the blessings that God has told you he's going to grant you with this. These are blessings that God granted you with. God says that you will have excellent shoes, not the ones they're trying to put on you raggedy shoes, or they're trying to put on you thotty shoes, or they're trying to put on you shoes of someone that does things that you don't do. But God says no longer will you walk in that path. No longer will you walk. And it's like they want you to do a walk of shame. They want you to feel as though you should be shamed for the rest of your life. They want people to treat you as if you live your life in this manner. They want people to treat you as if you are just this awful, evil person. And all you do is seek out to do things that you don't seek out to do. God says no longer will this person be able to do this to you. I hear God saying for somebody, he's going to make your name great. Your name is going to be so great that anytime this person try to say something negative about you, it will backfire on them. What am I talking about? God is saying that people are going to start knowing you before they know them. And they will know you so well that whatever this person got to say to try to debuttal who you are, they're going to be like, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Can't nobody, if you are the kind of person you stay to yourself, you don't try to talk to nobody. You're not trying to flirt with anybody. You haven't put forth any effort to try to deal with anybody. It would make zero sense for someone to come about and say, oh, well, they're just so this and they're so that and they've done this and they've done that and I've experienced this and they did that and they did all these things to me. And these people are going to look at them and say, now, how is that true? They don't act that way. I never seen them behave that way. I'm thinking about, I watched this movie. It was it Snow White? I think it was. And it wasn't the Disney Snow White. It was a different brand. I forgot what series it was. Okay. I forgot what series it was, but, I don't remember exactly what company created this movie, and I feel so bad. But regardless, and it was back in the cassette era. Okay. If I haven't already said that, I'm old. Okay. It was a VCR movie. But anyways, in this version of Snow White, her stepmother, obviously, as the story goes, was trying to take her out. And her stepmother had, I think it was Snow White. I don't know, but let me just tell the story. So she had basically went about telling people that Snow White was this awful person. And I believe while she was in a castle, she felt very entitled. But, being a princess, but she felt very entitled and she wasn't really as helping as people expected her to be. She wasn't the way people expected her to be. But what they didn't know is also that her stepmother was trying to take her out. So, it could make you a little bit grouchy. It could make you a little frustrated. Regardless, she ends up getting banned from the castle. And the henchman was trying to take her out. The henchman was trying to take her life in the forest. And as he let her go, either he let her go or she escaped. I haven't watched this since I was a little girl. God is just showing me. He let her go, or she got away, and she runs into the dwarf's house. And she ends up eating their food and laying in their beds. They get there, they're upset, and they decide that they're going to put her to work, And she starts helping them with what they were doing. I think they were mining diamonds or something like that. And at first they were being very secretive towards her until they realized that she was really, she really started trying to help them. She would clean up for them. She would cook for them. And she was doing all of these things. Then other people that lived around them would ask her to help them with things. And she would help them with things. And so the time came that she went back to the palace. And there were so many people that the queen had, they had this mindset that she was such a bad person. They had this mindset that she was just so awful. And they had this mindset that she was just this evil woman. And then the people that she had helped in the forest came forward and said, no, I don't know. I think this is biased because she helped me with this and she helped me with that. And then, they all started speaking up for her. So here's the thing. God is saying that he will raise you up to a position where you have helped so many people. You have blessed so many people. You have looked out for so many people. You've done good for so many people that this person who has been going about trying to make you out to be the villain, they will fall. This person that going about trying to make you out to be a thought, they will fall. The person that's going about trying to make you out to be a gospel, whatever, they trying to make you out to be something that you are not. 9 out of 10, that's what they are. And they're trying to project themselves upon you. But God says he is going to make it obvious that y'all are two completely different people. God is going to make it obvious that they are one way and you are one way. And, sometimes when people are living a very sinful life, they will try to take the blame up off themselves. What I'm talking about? I'm talking about, like, if somebody is, I've seen so many movies of when someone is committing adultery. Typically, the person that their mistress or mister is always talking down on their wife or husband. Always trying to make themselves sound so good. Oh, well, she don't do this, and I heard she don't do that, and I heard she don't do this, and he told me she do this, and all these awful things. That does not mean that it's okay for you to sleep with that woman husband or that man wife. Who cares? What does it matter? See your way out. It don't have nothing. The relationship don't have nothing to do with them. But they got all these negative, nasty things to say about this person to make themselves feel better about what they're doing. That's like somebody that's going around gossiping about somebody. Oh, well, I heard she said this about this person. She said that about them, and she said that about them, and that did that. And they are doing no more than deflecting the fact that they are sitting there doing the exact same thing. God says, there will come a time where it will be obvious that this person is lying about you. There will come a time where it will be obvious that you are not the way they are trying to picture you out to be. It will become obvious that some of these situations that they like to highlight as you receiving punishment were orchestrated by them. There will come a time where the same people they used to gossip about you to don't want to talk to them. There will come a time, God says, the tables will turn. And you will not wear those worn out shoes that they keep trying to put on you. You will have excellent shoes. You will not have this bad reputation. They want you to follow you. Some of these people, they want your reputation to be awful for the rest of your life. But God says, nuh-uh. That's not your portion. Because it does not make sense for someone who is faithful, who is upright, and who goes by God's laws to be walking around and people are looking at them as if they are a thought. It is not fair for somebody who stay to themselves and don't talk to nobody and don't bother with nobody to be looked at as someone that is a gossip. It doesn't make any sense for someone that tries to refrain from any kind of arguments and fights and confrontations to be looked at as if they are an aggressive person, an angry person. God says there will come a time when those shoes they keep trying to put up on you won't fit. It will come a time when those shoes they keep trying to hand to you will fall apart in their hands. There will come a time where the shoes that they want you to wear will be fastened so tightly to their feet that they can't take them off. That's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.